It's almost a year since the protest action by the Kagiso community. They were fighting against zamas operating in their area. But the community says not much has changed and illegal mining still haunting the area. Community members are meeting today to discuss how to go forward from here. Nqobile Madlala joins us now. Nqobile, good afternoon to you. What are community members saying?
Well, from the residents that we've spoken to a little earlier on, they've just made it clear that there's a continuation of illegal mining that's still taking place in the area. Not much visible policing like what we saw, which happened in August last year when they came here and they promised that they were going to assist the community. So not much of that has happened. In fact, what you see behind us is that there is a mining that is currently taking place here, but the community is even questioning that in itself, saying that it's illegal that it's taking place here. They're saying that some of these guys got the right from the company that also has not gotten the right to mine here illegally. So I'm going to speak to the community. We do understand that later on you are going to be having a meeting at about 4 o'clock. Well, that's a bit past 4 o'clock now. We know that the community is still coming together, but perhaps give us an understanding, being here now, how much of illegal mining is taking place in this area?
Well, I cannot say how much of illegal mining is taking place, but then for the mere fact that you still see zamas occupying the space under the supervision of the so-called company that's meant to mine these mines, to rehabilitate them, it means now they have an agreement with all these zamas so that they can actually work together to continue exploiting and stealing from our forefathers and us.
And I mean, how does the community feel about what's currently taking place here?
The reason that I'm here now is because I'm angry of, one, them occupying the space without consulting with the community at large, whereas you also see that there's a side camp here, there's a plant that's employed, and there are people that are employed who are operators of all this machinery that's here. Why didn't they hire members of the community? We've got a community just down here. It's Ward 14. I'm also a resident of Ward 14. And no one in Ward 14 is aware of such an operation that's taking place in our ward.
And I mean, you say something that's very interesting, that the zamas are still operating, but now there's a supervision. I mean, in August, which was last year, we saw some of the people that were raved because of the zamas. Is the situation still continuing in the community?
It's a bit calm for now, but then we cannot guarantee that they cannot carry on doing what we were fighting about, because they are still here and now they are harbored by a company that's supposed to actually rehabilitate and make sure that these places are secure for community members.
And have you spoken to this company?
We've been trying to speak to them till they interdicted us not to actually set foot where they are.
Were you perhaps disturbing them then? If they interdict you, one would imagine that maybe the company would feel that you were aggravating them in a way to take those steps.
We are speaking of an event that took place last week, whereby we went there to demonstrate peacefully as the community that said enough is enough of all the operations that are taking place without our consent. Because where we are seated as the community of Mogale City, we are under the impression that we are still undergoing a public participation for them to come and mine legally. But then now, because they are operating, who have they got consent from for them to come and mine? So there's nothing that we did to aggravate them. We were peaceful, but we wanted to get clarity as community members to say, what should we do, because you are now operating, until they decided then to interdict us.
And in terms of illegal miners, do you still have any encounters with them?
We do have encounters with illegal miners, because wherever that these people are, you'll find illegal miners. And for the mere fact that they are where they are, it means they are the ones that are now harboring these illegal miners, because they operate in a place that is secured by the same company. So you see that it's either they are working with the zamas or they're working with the community. That's what they should choose.
Thank Thank you very much for speaking to us. Well, the community, they're just saying that there needs to be a choice in terms of making sure that the community is safe. So are they either working with the community or are they working with the zamas? And I want to show you again, so there is something taking place there. We have already reached out to some of the companies that they've spoken to talking about, and they've already said that there is no basis that the community is talking about the illegal mining. They're saying that they are doing things right, but we are going to continue to speak to them. One of those companies that they've highlighted is Pan Africa Mining, and we understand that they're saying that some of these small companies that are actually mining here fall under them, but we are going to continue to question what the mining is all about, especially because the community is questioning it, and the meeting will take place at about 5 o'clock.
Nqobile Madlala, thank you very much indeed for that update on that area around Kagiso, illegal mining, such a big issue at the moment.